Hello traders and welcome to another TraderSync video. In this class we'll be talking about reports. So the fun part of journaling is be able to pull out reports, be able to look at the statistics. So it's not about just getting everything into the journal, but then be able to reflect on your performance, to reflect on how well you're doing, where are your mistakes, where are your strengths, where are your weaknesses. So again, this is where these reports really come in handy. So let's quickly dive in. So once you have your trace journaled and properly tagged, this is where, on a month-to-month, week-to-week, depending on how you want to analyze all your numbers, you can actually just click on over here. Instead of dashboard, we go to reports. So under reports, you can actually do a lot of studies here. So, some of the things that we talk about is your profit and loss ratio and your biggest loss, your biggest win. You'll be able to see a trend. And that's the idea, is not just to be able to identify, trends in the market, but you should be able to identify trends as a trader as well. Like, is your account in an uptrend or is your account in a downtrend? That way, you'll be able to kind of see what your trading activity looks like, what your performance looks like. Are you in a losing streak? Are you a winning streak? So that way, you can kind of take a look at things more on a visual basis. You can also break things down by certain categories, which is what I really like. So in this case, we have little details of all the trades that are on the right. And then we have looking at the performance. Seems like, it's a mixed performance, but today was a better day, trading day, and that's where we had a big jump. So, this is, again, a smaller data in there, from November 19th to 31st. You can actually do more as your year progresses. This is where these reports will come in very handy, because that's where you will have a lot more data to study. You can also break things down, as you can see right at the top. There are filters that you can add. So, this is where, as you noticed, we have created a bunch of different portfolios. So let's say if you're studying your performance by a certain portfolio, and let's say I want to take a look at how did I do in my Interactive Brokers account, then it will give me that data. Otherwise, I have a whole lot of data that probably I wouldn't be using. So this is where it's more specific to how well did I do there, or if I want to go into my simulator and we don't really have two trades in there, but the more trades you have, the more performance you'll be able to track, and you can do everything by portfolio basis. You can also kind of set things up by your setups. Let's say, how well did I do in my bear rallies? And I only have one example here, but I think I did more in the bearish reversal strategy. So we did a bunch of trades there, so I can see how well am I doing on that particular strategy. So you can kind of break things down, see what strategy you're really good at, what strategy you're struggling with. So that way, what's your strength, what's your weakness. You can also kind of go by long or short. Again, that's for traders that, hey, am I doing well on the long side or the short side? I also like the fact that I can do things by mistakes. So let's say if I say trading the dull market, then it will tell me, okay, well, these are the losses that I got trading on a dull market. So the idea is to, keep a difference of how well am I doing, how worse I'm doing, and what things are really causing a lot of trouble. Because, as a trader, we want to, embrace our strengths, but also start cutting down on our weaknesses as well. So let's say, one of the common things that you have with the trader is closing out a trade too early. So if I click on closing out a trade too early, and again, I got only one in there. But this is, again, where you can get to decide and get to pick. And again, more data that you have, the more key points that you can touch and be able to study all that data. So this is, again, something very handy. You can always go with the break-even, loss, open, win. You can go by dates. So let's say you want to only go by your week, or you want to go by, let's say how's my performance so far for this month. then you can actually do that as well. And there's a whole lot of other data sets. I don't really find that necessary. I think I have enough information in here. And if I do want to clear everything up, I can just say clear filter, and everything kind of goes back to normal. So that way you can actually go look at your reports, look at your data. On your dashboard, you also have your profit factor, your average return, your win percentage. These are the numbers I mostly focus on, is the win percentage and the profit factor. And as long as my profit factor is good and my win percentage is decent, I know I'm doing it correctly. But if your profit factor is pretty low and your win percentage is pretty low, then there's something you have to work on there. So this is where you can study that data, do that, and improve over time. And that's the whole idea of journaling here. Thanks.